Hey guys, Sandy here, and today I am the first person doing our YouTube telephone hop. So what that means is I'm going to create a layout, I'm going to pass it along, and then by the time we get to the end, we're going to have a whole different layout. It's really awesome. You just create something and the other person uses it as inspiration. So what I've done is pulled out a couple things. I have some close to my heart boutique scraps that I have. I have a sticker sheet, some of this yellow, a little bit of the chipboard left. I also pulled out this word that says hello. I broke the word, but you know, it doesn't matter. I'm going to put it together on the page. I have this sheet of gold circle vellum. I also have this Simple Stories Heart 12 by 12 sticker sheet. And I have some pink fresh studio papers. So these are, where are these from? This is from BU and a case of the Blahs, and I'm using the B side on both of them. I have a sheet of cardstock that coordinates, and then I have two photographs of my daughter on her birthday. I believe this was last year, so it would be 16. So let's see what I can do. All right, you guys. So I'm going to be perfectly honest here. I created this layout over a month ago, did the introduction and filmed it, all that kind of stuff, and never did the voiceover. So it has been a while since I created this layout, and I have created tons of layouts since then. So apologies in advance if I do not remember every single detail. It's like I'm watching it with you, and everything I do is going to be a surprise to me as well. So let's get into it, shall we? Not even sure what I'm doing right here. There we go. We're off to a great start, guys. Off to a great start. So while I'm trimming up papers, that's what I'm doing. While I'm trimming up papers and stuff like that, let me just remind you about this hop. So this is the telephone YouTube hop for our group from the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. There are multiple groups. And just to let you know, this is how it works. So I created the layout. I am passing it on to Laura Alberts. So she will be sharing her video tomorrow. And then Laura Alberts is passed it on to another team member. And I cannot remember the order of our team. So it's just going to go. So every day you'll have a video. So she'll use mine as inspiration, and then the next person will use hers as inspiration, and then it'll be super fun to see where we started and where we ended up. Now this ATG, do you guys, do you, those of you that have ATGs, do you find that this happens to you sometimes? Interestingly enough, it just happened to me again yesterday. It's like the ATG kind of eats itself, and then it kind of like double rolls. And I know some of you might be saying that's because you're not using Scotch tape, you're using like tape jungle tape or any of Tape Depot or any of those other tape stores. But you know, I've had it happen with the Scotch tape too. So it might be user error, or it might just be something that happens. I don't know. So these two photos are of my daughter on her 16th birthday. Now, it was interesting because her 15th birthday, we went big, we had a party, we went to a place, and you know, it was exciting. But her 16th birthday rolled around and she wanted it low key, and that's totally fine with us. Birthdays are super special in our house. Birthdays, I just love birthdays. I don't know what it is about birthdays, but they've just always been fun and special in our house. So we try to do what the kids want to do, of course, within reason. Like, you know, we've never bought anyone a pony. But it's their day, so they get to choose if they want a party, if they want friends over, if they just want it family, if they want to go somewhere. Like, whatever it is, they get to choose. And she wanted a low-key, at-home, just us birthday. And she wanted an ice cream cake. So we made that happen. Now, I am using some close to my heart papers. I think I talked about them in the beginning. in the introduction, but fun fact, did not watch my introduction to refresh myself on this layout. I just went for it. So those are close to my heart papers and on top of pink fresh papers. And I'm just really loving the color combination. So even though I haven't pulled any of the colors from the photo, I just love this color combination. So I know a lot of times when we scrapbook, I say we as in like general, everyone who scrapbooks, pulls color from the photos. Like I could have spent time finding the exact blue out of the birthday cake, finding the exact color of the confetti and making it that. But sometimes you just know that you want to scrapbook with certain products for certain pictures and you just make it happen. And most of the time, it turns out great. Now, this, I feel like the photos, because they are so different than the color scheme that I am actually scrapbooking with, I feel like the photos really pop. And that's a good thing because I have a lot of stuff on this layout. So I'm just trying to figure out, how I want to make these layers and where they are going to go. Now, because I'm not using anything as inspiration, so this is like for the telephone hop, this is like my original thought and idea. So I'm not using anything as inspiration. So I'm just trying to figure out what to do to make these layers look good. So I added some glitter tape around the edge there, and now I'm going to tuck in the sticker. And this is a great layout to show you that you don't have to use all of the themed stuff for, its purpose. So the Simple Stories Heart Collection is a collection for dealing with loss, for memorializing someone. But the colors were perfect, and there's enough more generic things in there that you can totally use it for this. I've scrapbooked family members that I've lost, but I don't scrapbook them in a way where it's the pages just screaming loss at you. My pages are more of a celebration of their life than the loss, if that makes sense. Okay, so here are some washi tapes, or some like stickers. They're not even washi, I don't think. Nope, look how hard that is. That's not washi. See, guys, like I said, it's been a long time since I made this layout. So I'm just adding in some more stripes here behind the photos. Just because, this 12, 32, 75 patterns I've already got on that page is not enough, because more is more sometimes. So this is a large word that says hello, and obviously I have broken it, and that's okay. These came in a Dear Lizzie collection, and I'm just going to emboss it. So at first I thought, I was going to emboss some sort of design on it, and then I thought, nope, I'm going big, I'm going bold, and there is just going to be gold embossing powder all over this bad boy. So what I did was I took my Versamark ink pad and I just covered the top. Now I'm taking an anti-static powder tool over top of a piece of cardstock, and I'm just swishing that around. And that's just going to help me be able to get that gold embossing powder off of the paper a little bit easier. So now I'm going to bring over the letters. I just dump the embossing powder right on top of it, using some tweezers to help me pick it up. Now I see people use tweezers and they are like fabulous with it, and I am not so fabulous with the tweezers, but that's okay. So dumped that powder back into the bucket, and as you can see, not much powder stuck to that paper whatsoever. That anti-static powder tool really came in handy. Dumping the gold again on top of my letters, using my tweezers to help pick it up. Whoops, putting it down on the side. And then I'm going to grab my embossing gun, and that is a Swiffer. So you guys, like a Swiffer, amazing, amazing thing to be able to pick up embossing powder, because no matter what I do, embossing powder gets around on my work surface, but that little Swiffer thing, amazing. Okay, so here I am embossing, and I'm just using my heat gun. I let my heat gun warm up before I started embossing. A biggest tip ever, if you're embossing, let your heat gun warm up for a few seconds, 10, 15 seconds. If your heat gun is not that strong or super old, maybe let it heat up a little bit longer and then bring it to your project. And then, like, embossing makes me so happy. I just love watching it happen. I love watching card making videos, especially when they're embossing, just because I like to see it go all smooth and melty. Now, my hello is not smooth, but it is melty, and that happens sometimes. So my embossing powder is old. It's probably a good 15 years old, and look, had a little bit more on there. So wipe it off there using my little Swiffer yet again. I'm going to put that embossing powder back into the little bucket there, and there we go. And I did not choose to do a second layer on top of that, and I could have. I totally could have chosen to emboss over that one more time, but with this layout, I did not want it to be like ridiculously super shiny and smooth. I like the texture that came up with this layers, on these letters, so I'm good with it. So here we have it. It says hello, and then it's going to say hello sweet 16, but like big old letters right there, making me super happy. So I am using this kind of chipboard piece that also came from Close to My Heart, and I'm going to layer that on as well. Now that banner that I pulled off is going to go back on top of the page, so it is all good. Now, I do remember, I know we're talking about stuff that happened a few minutes ago, guys, but that piece of paper back there that has the dots on it, I do remember thinking that this could mimic kind of the cake photo, because remember I said I wasn't really choosing things from the photo that were the same color, but this kind of has the same like theme. So the cake has dots and some of the paper has dots. Just a little throwback in there. So these are like little pom-poms, and they came in Amy Tangerine Shine On. So what I like to do with these, if I'm not going to use them as a pom-pom, is to pull them apart, and once you pull them apart, they turn into a great fringe. Now, I decided to go with the pink because I do have little pops of pink. I have it where the polka dot paper is, and I also added that little pink sticker. So we're going to tuck this under something, I am sure. I'm just trimming off that extra adhesive that was on there. I think I've already put away this layout too, so I can't even like grab it real quick and reference it. And that never would have came out of my mouth a couple months ago. I think I've already put away this layout, because normally I complete the layout, it goes directly into the album. But since I have my Kit, that goes into a stack, and then other layouts that I've completed go into a stack, and then I do usually do layout share videos. So I've got piles, guys. Like, I have piles. I have piles of layouts, and I gotta tell you, as soon as I share that, or as soon as I record that layout share video, those bad boys go into their page protectors and they go straight into albums. The problem I'm having now is I've run out of albums, so I gotta buy some. So that's gotta happen. Now I'm using a Spectrum Noir glitter pen, and I'm just glitterizing up Sweet, just because I felt like it needed a little bit of extra. And sometimes you need a little bit of extra in life. So see, I have that banner going across hello, and then we're going to adhere the word sweet down to the page. And plus, because sweet is in like this chalky black color, and I'm going to be doing 16 in this small blue, like navy blue alpha. There's a difference in color there. And I just felt like if it was sparkly, the difference wouldn't be like so jarring against your eye. So gonna go ahead and lay down 16. And these little foam thickers, best thing ever. Love them. Best thing ever that American Crafts came out with. I remember when they first came out, I thought that they were color tiles, and I was so angry when I realized that the rainbow was the background paper. But I'm okay with it now. Love them the way they are. Love them. So I have some pop dots here, and I'm just gonna pop up something. Popping up something. What am I popping up? What am I doing here? Sandy, what are you doing? Oh, it's a heart. Okay, it's a heart. Why are you messing with this? Just put it down. Put the heart down. There you go. Perfect. Okay. So, do you guys do that? Do you guys talk to the YouTubers that you watch? So, I do. Most of the time, I watch a video in the morning when I'm getting ready. So, I get up, take my shower, do all that. And while I am getting ready in the morning, I turn a YouTube video on. And so I am not always like looking at the screen, but I do talk to the YouTuber. Sometimes it's when I'm looking at the screen and I'm like, why are you putting it there? No, put it back, put it back. And then there are things where I'm like, what? What did you just say? And I know that nobody's going to respond to me, but I still talk to them. So I'm just wondering, do you guys do that too, or am I the only one that does that? So I'm popping up these stickers as well. And this is just to give me some dimension on the page, because I've got this big hello thing going on down at the bottom. I've got plenty of layers down here. I've got stickers layered over it. And I just felt like I needed to kind of do that same thing up at the top. I needed to bring that same like height and weight and feel up at the top as well. Because, sometimes more is more. And then I decided to pick up that sticker, and this one's going to get pop dotted as well, or foam squared as well. And then I'm using my smallest foam squares right now. I do have a selection of foam squares, different brands, different manufacturers, because not all foam squares are the same thickness, you guys, and I like varying thicknesses. Sometimes I want it popped up a little bit more, sometimes I want it popped up a little bit less. You know what I'm saying? So that is what happens. So I added that love, love, love sticker, popped it up with some florals right here, and I'm just going over that sticker sheet, trying to find, any other little stickers that need to happen, just to really complete the page. And I'm really liking this page. Like I love it. My daughter loved it too. She thought it was beautiful, and really that's really what matters, right? Like, it's a page about her. So these are kind of like flat, puffy enamel dot type things, and I really don't know how to describe them other than that. They're like flat, puffy enamel dot type things. And they came in some Fancy Pants collection from a while ago. So I did what I do, and I filled in the centers of the flowers, and I'm bringing in some more enamel dots, and these are from my mind's eye, just to add the extra dots in and then fill in the flowers a little bit more. One of the things I really like to do is fill in flowers with enamel dots or rhinestones or gems or something, because I feel like it gives it a little bit of extra oomph, and extra oomph is good. So I'm just using a whole bunch of enamel dots here, and the thing I normally do with enamel dots is I take 3 varying sizes and cluster them together. It's just what I like to do. So I believe I'm almost to the end here of this layout. Oh, what am I doing? Bringing in more. Bringing in more. So I brought in some gold enamel dots. These are also from Close to My Heart, I believe. to fill in the yellow part of the flower, and that worked for me because now I have the big bold hello that's in gold. I have the gold vellum behind the photos, and now I've got like the sprinkling of gold throughout the entire layout as well. I don't remember if I added gold mist to this layout or not. But I do decide to bring in some more stickers. Like I said, sometimes more is more, and I was just having so much fun embellishing this page and just like bringing in the love. And I think what I did was I said I had this heart down here, and I felt like I needed to bring in heart somewhere else. At least that's what I'm thinking now, watching myself scrapbook this, is that I had the heart there and I need it more. That's probably what I was thinking. Like I said, it's been a while since I did this layout. And then I'm like, okay, do I bring in more flowers? Do I want to tuck anything else in here? What do I want to do? And no, that little flower does not make it onto the page. That little flower goes right back on the sticker sheet. Oh, more enamel dots. Man, I am all about the enamel dots on this layout. And I'm putting it there just to bring a little bit of something to the hearts as well, so that they're not so flat. So it felt like to me right now watching this layout that they were just too flat. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. Be sure to check out Laura's channel tomorrow. I will put the link down below so you can connect with her.